Fertilization is the process by which male and female gametes fuse to form a diploid zygote. For fertilization to take place, there must be production of male sperm cells and at the same time production of ovum. Ovum is also only produced during ovulation. Sperm cells produced during ejaculation. A single ejaculation produces millions of sperm cells, that only one is needed to fertilize the egg. Sperm cells struggle to reach the egg from the vagina, passing through the cervix. Many sperm cells die. This may be due to the acidity in the vagina that may be neutralized by an alkaline fluid produced from the prostate gland of the males. Some sperm cells are also killed by the immune system of the mother, producing chemicals that are acting against them. It's a serious journey up the oviduct. Before reaching the oviduct, they pass through the uterus. The ovum produces a chemical substance that attracts the sperm cells, and therefore the sperm cells move towards it. Reaching the oviduct, there is a network and numerous cilia that may trap some sperm cells, killing them, therefore not able to reach the egg. Only a few sperm cells will reach the egg. Because the egg has a tough wall that is very difficult to penetrate by the sperm cells, the head of the sperm cell containing the acrosome has to burst open in order to release a lytic enzyme that digests the vitelline membrane of the ovum. Immediately one sperm cell penetrates the egg, the wall becomes hardened and therefore preventing any further entry of sperm cells. Other sperm cells are left outside, struggling to penetrate the egg. The tail of the sperm cell is left outside, while the head enters the cytoplasm. The head of the sperm cell produces a male nucleus that fuses with the female nucleus, forming a diploid zygote. The zygote divides into numerous cells as it moves down the uterus. It is now called blastocyst. The cilia on the walls of the oviduct helps to propel the blastocyst down the uterus. The blastocyst now reaches the endometrium. It produces finger-like projection for attachment on the endometrium. This is where implantation takes place. If implantation fails to take place, maybe due to several abortions, The blastocysts will be left outside through the vagina in form of blood, and therefore this can be termed as miscarriage. If the fertilized egg fails to move down the uterus, then it is termed as ectopic pregnancy. This one is very dangerous and therefore should be terminated before growing into full term. Here is now the development of the embryo. The placenta is formed from the remains of the villi and the endometrium. The fetus begins to develop in the first 1 month. At this stage, it's very difficult to notice whether a woman is pregnant physically. Several organs begin to develop in the first month. That include the head, the chest, the abdomen, and the organs involved in them. The fetus or the embryo is enclosed within a sac called the amnion fluid contained within the amniotic sac. In the same first month, the eyeballs begin to form. The upper arms begins to form also. The lower arms, that is the legs, also form in the second month. Formation of the nose and mouth, ears also occur. third month, the eyelids begins to close, nose is completely formed. At this stage, the fetus is now able to move slightly. The brain also begins to form and develop. The brain consists of networks of capillaries and nerve cells. This forms the central nervous system. The brain is so much complicated and takes too long to form and develop. This is because it is the central of all the activities that take place within the fetus body. The fetus is now able to kick and move swiftly. The umbilical cord helps in transportation of substances or materials from or to the mother's blood. All the waste materials from the fetus are transported through the umbilical cord to the mother. At this stage, after 7 months, the ovary of the mother is able to be removed without terminating the pregnancy. This is because the placenta is completely formed and therefore takes the function of producing progesterone hormone that maintains the pregnancy. The fetus is enclosed within the amnion sac containing amniotic fluid that protects it from shock. The fetus begins to turn upside down since it is the head that comes first. The fetus is now ready for delivery.